What's up everyone, this is Yasser Elite, and in today's video we will be talking about the Kanto Cup, which is happening in 2 days. So if you haven't decided which team you will be running, this video is going to help you out. So my name is Yasser Elite, and you can find me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/Yasser Elite, and on Twitter twitter.com/elite_Yasser. Yeah, very creative. Just my name. So moving to the video, the teams, the top meta stuff. I usually have them as lead, swap, and generalist, which does almost betters everything. But in Kanto Cup, I think that doesn't work, because in Kanto there is no steal. I mean, you can say that there is Magneton or there's the Magnemite, but that's some potato level of steal. So I have to come up with something different. I'm gonna divide them into fast move, charge move, and bulk. What's fast move? It's Pokemons that depend on their fast move. Charge move, Pokemons that depend on their charge move. Bulk, Pokemons are very bulky. That's a smart, right? So Pokemons that depend on their fast move, which means most of their damage comes from the fast move. There is Shadow, Gyarados, Hypno, Nidoqueen, Dragonite, Muk, Shadow Dragonair, and Venomoth, which is a confusion user. And charge move dependent, like the Alolan Sandslash, Poliwrath, Alolan Sandshrew, Mew, Venusaur, this guy here. So those stuff, most of their damage comes of their charge move. But there is AWAC, which gets the damage from the fire spin damage also, and the charge move. So it's in between. This Pokemon, I'm gonna put it in between as well, because I am not sure what's the moveset are. The bulky Pokemons are Chansey number 1, Licky number 2. You can say Licky and Dugong. So I'm just gonna put them arrange them by how good are they in this cup. So let's say the bulkiest Pokemon is Chansey. Nothing is even close. It's so bulky and it's so thick. It's boring to use and boring to play versus. Comes second, Licky Tank, for being a solid Pokemon that has Body Slam, Lick, and Power Whip. For those water Pokemons. Dugong, just because it has a Icy Wind, which make it even more boring, so you can stay in those situations where you have to flip swap to win game. Dugong is your Pokemon. Snorlax is one of the best anti-meta. It's one of the best answers to the meta, because meta is usually a poison jab user, which is Nidoqueen and Hypno and AWAC, and Snorlax can beat all of these. Charge move dependent Pokemon, I think the best among all of these is Amok. Where is Amok? Yo, Amok, check. Okay, Amok. Okay, let's pretend there is an Amok. Second best Pokemon, you can say that it's Venusaur or Mew. So I'm just gonna put them here. Mew is a good one. So let's have a Mew on the top. Venusaur, Alolan Sandslash. Alolan Sandshrew is actually decent. Why? Because it's the only Pokemon that can beat Nido, Chansey, Licky, which is the best team in this cup. So if you have a saved Hundo from the Alolan Sandshrew Community Day, this is the best time to use it. I don't think there is any cup where Alolan Sandshrew is better than this. It should be here, in between. It's not the best, but it's kind of too decent to be the best. So I'm just gonna put it here. This is between the best and the second best. So Alolan Sandshrew is there. Shadow, what's the name of this Pokemon? So this thing, the thing about this Pokemon is that it's very attack weighted, and the Shadow make it even more attack weighted with one Rock Slide almost KO everything, Hydro Pump KO everything, even if it's resisted almost. It's very frail though, but if they have Nidoqueen in the safe swap, so you resist Poison Jab somehow, slightly. I mean, you resist it just because of the typing. You still lack the decent, the bulk, but you should do fine. And it has Mud Shot, which means you can outspam everything. The best fast move dependent Pokemon in this cup is literally Hypno. Hypno is the best. The second best is Nidoqueen. The dragons come after. The dragons come after. And the non-stab stuff. Okay, how can I get this? Okay. The non-stab stuff here. So the dragons come after the... wait. Yeah, let's have them as this. So Hypno and Pidgeot, and then the dragons. So you can literally in Kanto Cup choose anything and you can like make a team. But the thing, as long as you're good versus Nidoqueen, you should have a solid team. Like you can use Blastoise, you can use Triple Water, because Venusaur is kind of bad. There's so many dragons, so and Hypno is everywhere, Awak is everywhere. So it's kind of, you know, like Hypno, Awak, Nidoqueen so far, Alolan Sandshrew, Lickitung, Lapras, some Chanseys, and everything else comes like after. So if you have those, you should be able, like, just choose any of those 7 that I'm gonna mention. 1, Hypno. 2, Nidoqueen. 3, Awak. 4, Alolan Sandshrew. 5, Chansey. 6, Lickitung. 7, Lapras. Any of those 7, any 3 you choose, you can make a team. Anti-meta stuff, there is Magnemite. You can make a level 50 Hundo, I think. No, you don't need a Hundo. I think it's like 10, 15, 15. You can make a Hundo and then you can get it to level 50 and you can use it in Great League. Grimer. Why Grimer is good? Because it has Mud Slap, so you beat all the poison users. Mewtwo. What does it beat? I mean, you can use Confusion in Mewtwo and you can beat Shadow Machamp. What else? I mean, stop being needy, okay? That's something. I'm trying to help here. Crobat. It beats all the poison, all the fighters, and all the grass. Alolan Pikachu, Alolan Raichu. I mean, it's a decent Pokemon. It has a very good nuke potential, but it's kind of like if you need electric damage, Alolan Graveler is bulkier and better because rock typing is decent in Kanto Cup. Poliwhirl is actually fine. Shadow Machamp. I think among all of those, Shadow Machamp is the best. So let's just sort them by like the best from the top to the bottom. So Agrav, fine. Raichu, fine. This thing was already there. Seeking is in between. Vaporeon is bad. Crobat is fine. This thing is meh, average. Now, this is actually good because it's a poison jab user. Primeape is tier. I love Primeape. I always use Primeape in Kanto Cup. Blastoise is kind of in between because you beat the poisons. Since the poison is either Beedrill, which is very frail, or Nidoqueen, which takes super effective from the water damage. So let's have them like this. So Shadow Machamp, Primeape as the best. And then you can... those are the second best, and those like are kind of not the worst, but like the least favorable in the meta. Like Seeking is good, it's very frail, but you have Icy Wind, which is gonna provide you with some bulk since you're gonna take less damage from the fast move. Alolan Golem, I only know one person, which is Wallower, who used this Pokemon, and he always paired it with Alolan Grab, and you use Alolan Grab to bait out the grass, so the Alolan Golem can sweep later. Blastoise is decent, but it lacks the spam ability. So that's the only problem with Blastoise. It's like kind of not slow, but not fast as well. So it's in between that. So if you need a water damage, I think Lapras is slightly better. And you can lose Lapras either with Water Gun or with Ice Shot. Lapras is just a superior water type. Like Blastoise is one of my favorite Pokemons, but like I'm just providing facts here. Sorry, chat. I'm not gonna give you some biased opinion. No, I only use Pokemons that are good. Okay, I don't use my favorite Pokemons. Sorry, zero loyalty here. If my favorite Pokemon is bad in the meta, I'm not gonna use it. Okay. If you wanna see someone that uses his favorite Pokemons, I recommend Boygus. He's a Spice Lord. So I think that's the best among the anti-meta. I'm missing Alolan Grab somehow, but yeah, add Alolan Grab with this. This is like the best anti-meta, and this should be the best in the meta. So technically you can use everything in Kanto Cup. Why? There is no dark. There is two dark, but there is no cheesy Pokemons like Bastiodon, like G-Fisk, like Azu. There is no crazy bulk. I mean, there is Chansey, but no one uses Chansey because of the nerf to Pound. Like nerfing Pound hurt like Chansey so much. Moving into the next slide. What's the next slide? I think it's an announcement. I announced it like last week and I'm going to mention it here. So I am transitioning into a full-time content creator. So now I make daily YouTube videos plus streaming every day, 6 days a week on my Twitch. And we do have now a Patreon account, so if you would like to support this content, like the top teams content, please make sure to check the Patreon account and support me there, because now I'm in between, like, should I do Twitch or YouTube? So if YouTube doesn't provide some income that I need to survive, because this is like my job now, right? So if YouTube doesn't provide me enough income, I will make less videos. And yeah, this is your chance. If you like this type of content, please make sure to support us on Patreon. It will be in the description. Moving into the top teams, the best BBML team according to Mr. PvPoke, Matt. It's Nido, Licky, Chansey. Yeah, that's it. Two very bulky Pokemons plus Nido that hits the hardest. Chansey doesn't lose to anything except Shadow Machamp. Nidoqueen claps Shadow Machamp. It's kind of an ABB team, but to be honest, it's just like hit hard, sponge. So it's like Nidoqueen with 9 shields, okay? The best and the only code breaker to this team is Alolan Sandshrew. Alolan Sandshrew was literally the only answer to this team. And if people who didn't have Alolan Sandshrew last time literally didn't play Kanto Cup because of this team. This team, yes, is very boring. No one liked it, but people who were running it were like getting so many wins because a Chansey was free MMR. This season there is no MMR, but I mean, a win is a win. If you win more, you get more rewards from GBL, right? Moving to the next team. What is my favorite team? It's not 1.0, it's my favorite. My favorite team is a team I was running last time, which is Hypno, Licky, and Alolan Graveler. And if you have a Shadow, that's even better. If you have a Purified, that's also good. So Purified, non-Purified, Shadow, all of them work. What's the purpose of Alolan Graveler? It's literally because everyone was safe swapping Alolan Marowak and Hypno. And this Pokemon just cheese those two. Like there is nothing those two can do but says Alolan Eradicate. Like Confusion is double resisted, Fire Spin neutral, but everything else like Shadow Bone does 1 damage, so they have to go straight 1 club. Or you can just spam Crunch, which is a move that was buffed like two seasons ago. It's an amazing move now. So two of them, one of them will be able to do like 80% damage to the Alolan Marowak, and then you can farm it down and you can leave the match with lots of energy. So yeah, that's the whole reason behind this. It's a kind of an ABB team that is weak to fighting, but fighting didn't exist because meta is literally AWAC, Nidoqueen, Amok, and all of them beat Shadow Machamp. There is nothing Shadow Machamp can do. Another BBML team that was being used by Smash King on Twitch. Make sure to give him a follow. Check his live stream at twitch.tv/SmashKing08. He was using Lapras with Hypno and Nidoqueen. He loves Nidoqueen. He loves Lapras because of the bulk. So he's kinda rely on those two, like to exhaust the opponent, and then Nidoqueen just to sweep later. So he doesn't shield Hypno. He doesn't shield Lapras. He used them to catch moves. And then he saves 2 shields for Nidoqueen, which literally sweeps whatever in the back. That's the thing. That's all you need to know about this team. Just don't shield the lead. Okay, always try to catch resisted moves on the second Pokemon, and then you keep rotating that. If you do as much damage as you can, and then Nidoqueen just to sweep later in the game. The most BBML team that was being used at high elo last season was Hypno, Lapras, Alolan Marowak. I think one of the people who used to play it is Scapo. He's one of the first 10 people to hit Legend in every season. And this team literally beat everything. There is nothing that this team cannot beat. Like, even if they have the Chansey Licky team, you can still do well. As long as you align the Hypno versus the Nido, there is nothing they can do to win. Another team that was built by Wholesome from the Wholesome _ stream and yoinked by Crimson at Crimson19. Shadow Machamp, Snorlax, Amok. Yes, this is his Ultra League team. Hello? This is his only team. He just played this team in every league, okay? But how does he win? Okay, he won because he plays very well. Okay, what's the core breaker to this team? Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen just destroyed the team. But to be honest, he does play well versus Nidoqueen. make sure to check his live stream. Like, I talked to him many times to change this team because this team just bad versus Nidoqueen, and he said, like, Nidoqueen is fine for me. Like, I don't care about Nidoqueen that much. But Crimson, like Yasser, why do you have Dialga and Ho-Oh as a code breaker? Like, those two are like beyond being eligible to be used in Great League. That's one. Two, it's a Kanto team. Like, you can't use them. I mean, come on, guys, it's Crimson. I am sure Crimson will queue in Master League with this team. So he's literally gonna face a Dialga and a Ho-Oh, and Dialga and Ho-Oh beat this team. Chat, just focus with me. So literally, just watch Crimson stream. He's always like, he always do this like at least twice on his stream where he queue into the wrong lead with the same team. Like, I'm sure, guys, just when you watch his stream, you would see him queuing into Master League with a Kanto Cup team. So that's why there is a Dialga and there is a Ho-Oh. Moving into the next team that was built by Mr. Dialab on Twitch. I think he started streaming recently and he has a YouTube channel. Make sure to check his live stream at twitch.tv/Dialab. I call him Dialab though. I think he gets tilted every time I say that. His team was Shadow Machamp and 2 answers to Hypno, 1 answer to almost everything in the meta, which is the Alolan Sandshrew. Marowak is tough, but Mr. Dialab is known for being like a master at baiting. So I think he can, like, Shadow Machamp can beat Ewak in the 1 if you deny, sneak, and then bait, which is the best, which Dialab is the best at. Deny your opponent fast move, then sneak, then bait. Yeah, that's what he does, literally. He deny, he sneak, and he bait, and then he land the bait, and then he land the nuke. And yeah, this team is actually very solid. There is nothing that this team cannot handle. And plus, you have Mr. Dialab, which is one of the best trainers in the world at playing this game. Literally, I mean, not the best. You guys know who's the best. It's not the topic of this stream. But yeah, make sure to check his live stream. He streamed like late at night. So if you're one of those people who just wake up like not in a non-NA friendly time, Mr. Dialab is your streamer. Moving into the next team, which was built by Mr. Walwar, the local of Mr. Dialab, both live in the same city. So Walwar is known for building ABB teams, so you can see that this team cannot be more Walwar than it is. Like there is no one that builds such an ABB team than Walwar. Like, look at this. Something that beats the dark, lose to dark, and beat the fighters, plus stuff that beats the dark and lose to fighters. Oh, who built such teams? Okay, it's Walwar. So he used this thing to bait out the grass and the Nidoqueen, and he used this to farm down the grass and the Nidoqueen. And then, if he landed his bait, if he bait the thing correctly, because like Alolan Grab lose to grass, lose to Nido, lose to fighters. Hypno beat all of those. So yeah. And then if you bait out those, Alolan Golem can sweep, and most of the people used to have Lapras in the back, and Alolan Golem can beat Lapras. Even if also Snorlax, Alolan Golem can still do that. Moving into the next team, Nido Double Dark. You guys love this team, don't you guys? Like every person in the world love this team. Yo, what team should I play? Oh, do you have Nidoqueen? Yes. Do you have 2 Darks? Yes. Oh, you can use this Nidoqueen Double Dark. The most creative team that was built at the beginning by Mr. Hedonis, and now we're stuck to hate that team forever. Yeah, such toxic teams can build by nice people. Like you can't imagine that such a toxic team was actually built by Hedonis. Yeah, I mean, look at this toxic team. Also made by a nice person, Walwar. Moving into the tap teams, because I get lots of these suggestions. Yes, it can, like, I don't know how to play GBL. Can you make a noob friendly team where like I just tap my screen to win? Yes, I can. I mean, I'm one of the best people at building teams. I have this team for you. Nidoqueen Double Charm, just tap your screen. If they have Hypno, just to swap. If they have Water, just to swap. And keep tapping your screen. If you're lazy to not tap your charge moves, don't tap it. Just fast move all the way down. And that's the concept and the logic behind this team. Tap for the win. Famous last word by Mr. CCO. a non-Kanto team that is being in the Kanto Cup. Alolan Sandshrew, Alolan... what's the name of this Pokemon? Yo, I'm so sleepy. Grimer, yes, Alolan Grimer, Alolan Sandshrew, and Alolan Raichu. This is a non-Kanto team, but because Niantic can't code stuff correctly, so you can use an Alolan team in Kanto Cup, and those two make such a spicy, wonderful core. Like this one lose to fighters, this one beat the fighters. This one lose to ground, this one lose to ground, but there is no ground in Kanto Cup. The one and the only ground type. Okay, I'm not gonna say that on screen, on video, because I don't want to get that joke. A team that was built by. This is just Dragonite, Dragon Double Ice. It's an ABB team. There is no concept behind this team. It's just that the dragon with 2 eyes is good in every league. Literally, dragon with 2 eyes. Because ice Pokemon most of the time can beat the Charmers. And that what the Charmer, yeah, you can beat the Charmers and the dragons with eyes. So technically your dragon is gonna kill everything that is not those two. And the ice Pokemon should be able to do that. It's an ABB team. So you lose the fighters in the back, so you have to bait out the fighters with one of those eyes. And then Dragonite can farm it down, and then the other eyes can sweep. Yes, I do have a fun team. Like all those doesn't seem to be Resident Sleep, and I don't want to be that hard, like to be that try hard. I mean, I do have, as I mentioned, I'm one of the best at building teams. Fun team I was playing last season is Alolan Sandshrew, Shadow Arbok. What's the concept behind Shadow Arbok? I mean, Shadow Arbok has a dragon tail, so you beat all the dragons. It's a poison, so you resist poison jab, and so you can beat Nidoqueen. How? Because you're doing Shadow Dragon Tail neutral damage, and you're taking resisted poison damage. So yeah, Shadow Arbok was a very fun Pokemon to use. You can also lead Prime Ape instead of this, and have 2 poisons in the back. Why is Nido supposed to be a fun team? Guys, if you wanna have fun, you have to have one meta Pokemon. Why? Because meta is this, like, those two are potato, and this thing is gonna carry eventually. Okay, so you can, like, lie to yourself and say that you're playing a fun core, which is Alolan Sandshrew or Prime Ape. You can use Prime Ape here. With Shadow Arbok, but we all know that you're winning because of Nidoqueen in the back. But don't tell anyone. Just tell anyone that you're playing Shadow Arbok. Oh, like those videos on YouTube. Oh, I went 9-15. Oh, 15 win streak on a 15 win streak using Shadow Arbok. You check the team, it's Nidoqueen in the back. I do that as well. Okay, we had to do the clickbait. Moving into a BBML, Triple Birds. Yeah, I said that this team sucks. I know. Okay. Like, when is the last time you're gonna, like, this is the only time where you can use triple legendary birds. But are you gonna win? No. No, those doesn't beat anything. What's the concept? There is no concept, okay? This is just like you trying to have fun, like, you get flashbacks from watching the anime back in the days with, like, those used to be cool stuff. Like, 25 years ago, oh, those are the triple legendaries. Okay, I want to use them so I can feel like Ash, how Ash Ketchum felt when he used them. Yeah, such an imagination. If you lose with this team, that's on you. I told you, this team is already bad. Don't use it. I mean, you can use it, but I don't recommend it. But if you lose with it, which will happen most of the time, try to have fun. It's an expensive team, but how many times are you going to use them? This is literally the only time. And I believe that's the last team I have. Yeah, and at the end, if you like this video, make sure to leave a like. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe. I know there is 70% of the people who watch the channel aren't subs, so if you're new to the channel, please make sure to sub. And if you have any question about any of the teams, make sure to leave in the comment section below, and I will be glad to answer your question. And if you like this content, please feel free to support us. Please make sure to support us on Patreon, and that's the end of the video. See you in the next one. Peace.